All right, so we can begin talking.
Monsieur son nèg qui fou.
Kono kene. Kono mi se aprendre men.
Côté là bon ni e ba nan même. Ba kon côté là bon ni e ba nan même.
Oh.
C'est là où même, c'est pas où. E ba où bébé monsieur.
Oh.
Depuis monsieur big c'est non.
Est-ce que ça dit arrive Mark?
All right.
C'est là où non man.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Uncle Rico, for doing this interview with me. First question, and either one of you can answer any of the questions. In your own words, what is Haitian Creole and what does it mean to you?
Go first. You want me to go first or?
Well, Haitian Creole is the native language that I know. So to me, it's my means of communication. It means a lot to me because, like any language that you first understand and know, it's your sole source of communication. It's what makes you. It's how you relate to everything else in the world.
Uncle Rico.
Yeah, like Leslie said, it's what we grew up with. It's what we speak at home, and even though that's not the official language, when you go to school, that's the first language that you learn. As you all know, is French, but pretty much that's what most people speak. It's
So, piggybacking off that, how is Haitian Creole perceived as a language of prestige in Haiti? And then how does that differ amongst Haitian Americans? So how does it perceived as a language of prestige in the actual country of Haiti, and then versus here living in the United States amongst Haitian Americans?
I think here, I don't know what you think, Leslie. I think here it's more recognized between the American and Haitian than if you talk about educated people in Haiti, they tend not to really speak that at their house. Not educated. I mean, more upper class. I would say rich people. They tend not to use it, Creole. But I think as a Haitian American, I think it has more value. I would say, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, it's unfortunate that our people didn't recognize the value of our language. And unfortunately, because Haitians have always been looked down upon, and they have always given us a bad name, that we ourselves didn't value the language. However, it has changed quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Now that I've been going back to Haiti in the last couple of years, Creole has bloomed, and now that there is a literal language, it has a alphabet, and it's being spoken, it's being written. Before, the Haitian Creole was spoken. Right. There wasn't a grammar for it. There wasn't a base to understand it except by just speaking it. But now there is an actual formulation of it being in a language and a grammar and all that pertains in language. So now it has taken a whole different level in Haiti, because now everywhere you go, you see the writing in French and in Creole and English as well. So everything is written in all three languages.
In fact, I heard that they were trying to make it as the official language. When you go, that's the first language you go to speak. So I heard that they were working on that. But a lot of people think that that's not going to happen. They're not going to, I mean, they'll teach it. I mean, they are teaching it right now, in school. But before, they didn't teach that in school.
So there's definitely some progress then in that area. So actually, speaking of school, how is the language accepted in school, both in Haiti and in the United States?
Oh, well, now it's like Leslie said. Now I heard it's everybody. You see, before uh, when you go to if you have to speak in a church, or you gotta speak in a school, or wherever you gotta talk to, you have to be in French. But now, like Leslie said, things change now, and people recognize Creole more as a language than before. So now it's okay to to mix it together.
Yeah.
Now you see, especially in Haitian American, when you go to certain function and they can mix it together, it's okay. And before it was a no. You can't speak French and put some Creole into it, but now it's acceptable. It's people recognize that.
And what about
Before, Creole was looked out as a uneducated language, or a language for the poor and ignorant. But now more and more people are starting to see the richness of the language,
Mm-hmm.
and how in of itself has value, and now they're starting to give the language the attribute that it should have,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's changing quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, well, you're gonna come up to that question, so I'll say it when you get to the next question, because I don't wanna jump on your.
That's all right. All right, so we'll move on to question number 4. So, who do you speak the language with most often?
Well, you know who I speak the language with. He's sitting next to me. I speak with Leslie, my sister, my brothers. We speak.
Unfortunately, in the past, it always been a language for home, a language that was not spoken in public,
Right.
because it was looked down upon. But now that it has picked up and has has evolved to what is now becoming a formal language, now people are beginning to recognize that it is indeed a very beautiful language, and has a lot of expressive words that you cannot really translate into other languages. And it, in of itself, it has some, because it's a very phonetic language, it has certain things that you just can't, there's really no word to adequately translate. It's just an emotion, a feeling, combined as well with the word that just goes all together. So now it's being spoken all over. Before it was something you speak at home to uneducated or ignorant people, but now it's being spoken in everywhere, in church, in university, in all places where before it was forbidden. And obviously, for us, it's the language of the heart. It's a language that you first learn. It's like your first love. So you always feel comfortable when someone speaks it to you. For me, anything that anybody tells me, whether in Spanish, English, I first have to translate it into Creole for me to get the real meaning of it.
So, Uncle Rico, I know you studied a lot of French while you were going to school in Haiti. And to someone with an untrained ear, that has little experience with French or with Creole, they might hear Creole and think that it's French. But of course, they're very different. What